Hi, welcome to episode 40 of the Stress Knits podcast. Today is March 14th, 2017. I am Stacy, also known as Stress Knits on Ravelry, Stacy also on Instagram. I am the dyer behind Stress Knits Yarn. Thank you to all new viewers. Thank you so much. I've noticed a few of you have subscribed, so that means a lot to me. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe below. You'll get notifications whenever I upload because it hasn't really been on a regular basis. It's been about a week and a half, 2 weeks. That's kind of been my thing. I'm trying to do weekly, but stuff just keeps getting in the way. So thank you so much to new viewers, and thank you to returning viewers for coming back, even though this podcast is a hot mess. It just means so much to me. Hitting the desk. It just means so much to me that you want to come and talk with me about knitty things. So yeah, introductions are always super awkward. I'm still trying to find my rhythm with it. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to put my pen over here so I don't fuss with it. Yeah, so we have a very interesting episode. I have a lot of finished objects, for me at least. Piece of hair. Yeah, there's a lot of finished objects. I am dressed for work right now because I have a ridiculously late shift. I go into work at 6:30 at night. So it should be an interesting day. So I thought I'd get a podcast out. I have some yarn dyeing around me. I'm trying to hide it with my coffee, but this room is not very big and it's not really... it's still dry and I want to drip other places, so I'm just gonna hide it with my iced coffee. You can't really see it, so I'm not really worried about it, but yeah, so I feel like I have other things to say in this. Quick thank you to everybody that purchased the Coming Home Yarn Club. Those will be going out next week. The March Yarn of the Month Club will be going out sometime this week, and pre-orders will start going out probably next week. I still need to start dyeing them. I'm waiting for a yarn shipment that should be here today or tomorrow. Weather has been an issue. I was going to do some pre-order dyeing a few days ago, but we lost power. For those of you who don't know, the Michigan and the Midwest had like this huge windstorm, and most people have been without power for like 6 days. It's been ridiculous. We were incredibly lucky where we were only out of power for like 8 hours. So in the grand scheme of thing, it wasn't anything. I went and visited my mom and we went shopping. So I mean, I was incredibly, incredibly lucky. There were trees down, houses were damaged. People had to throw out a bunch of food and like not have heat because it's so cold right now. We also just had a giant blizzard yesterday. We got over a foot of snow. It's been nuts. But that is March in Michigan. So I hope all of you in the Northeast are staying safe. It does not look like fun. Yeah. So with that, I have some finished objects to show you. I'm going to show you the least exciting to the most exciting, and basically the smallest to biggest. So first, I'm calling this out of my comfort zone hat because this is not my comfort zone. So I finished it. I made it relatively smaller than I usually make hats. I usually like a nice slouchy hat. This has just a slight bit of slouch. I might gift this to one of my new sister-in-laws who are really... they're younger, and they might like this. I don't know. I really love it just to have, and it was a really fun thing to knit. I knit this with Hedgehog Fibers Aran in the Genie colorway, held with a skein of the Kid Silk. It's not Kid Silk Haze, is it? Kid Mohair Silk? I don't know. It's the Kid Mohair and Silk blend from Hedgehog Fibers. It gives it this like incredible halo. It's amazing and it's so soft, and that's the jelly colorway. I'm obsessed with this. It fits really well, but I don't think I would ever wear this in public. I just made up the pattern based off of the exclusive Do You Knit pattern because I was obsessed with the colors. And that was the gist of it. It was literally, I could have probably knit this in an afternoon, but I wanted to knit on other things, so it took me a few days. I love it. I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy I knit it. It's so fuzzy. I think I want to get a pom-pom and put it on top. I think so. So there is finished object number 1. Finished object number 2. It's been a long time coming. I always get the fuzz on my lips. Long time coming. I've had these socks on the needles, I think, since before I graduated college. So May-ish. It is the Pablo the Blowfish socks, which is a one-of-a-kind colorway I bought about this time last year from Kristen of Woolenvine. It's on her blitzed base, and it's gorgeous. So there they are. Is my basic vanilla sock with 1x1 twisted rib, which I think I'm going to start doing on more socks because I'm a 2x2 girl, but I really love the way this looks. So I love this color. It's gorgeous. I'm super happy to have these off the needles. They will obviously not be in my box of socks because I did not cast them on in 2017, but they will go into my sock drawer. So I really, really love them. I'm really happy with them. I knit them on a US 1.5 Knit Pro Zings. These guys. So I knit these on those. And yeah, so there is that. Also, forgive my disgusting finger. I was dyeing yesterday and I can't find gloves that I like to dye in. So my fingers kind of took some heavy hitting, but it washed off mostly except for under my fingernails. It's a little gross, so sorry, but hazards. So here are my socks. I love them. I'm so happy to finally have these done. So there's finished object number 2. And then finished object number 3. Sorry about that sound. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. Increase the suspense. Are you ready? Do you know what this is? It's my Find Your Fade shawl. This thing is massive. I blocked it last night. I finished it a few days ago, but I blocked it last night. I made one mistake that is glaringly obvious, but when I put it on, I can't tell, so I don't care. I didn't have enough yarn to finish the section, so I bound off the shawl early. Because this is left over from my exploration station, so I didn't have enough because it was my main color in my exploration station. But, alright, ready to see how giant this thing is? It is exactly 2 of my arm spans. So it's at least 10 feet. So there's that. And it keeps going. Here's my little snafu. I should probably do it this other way though, because so it makes so much more sense. I should have practiced. Rookie mistakes. Okay. So we're gonna start with this end this time. And just keep going. It doesn't stop. Ah. It's huge. So I don't think I'm gonna get up and show you what this looks like. So it's huge. Ooh. Like it's giant. I love it. It's so big. I knit mine a little deeper. As you can see, this is my little flub. But yeah, it's huge. So that is my Find Your Fade shawl by Andrea Mowry. I'm gonna go through the colors. Sorry, I'm sitting on my pillow. I'm gonna go through the colors one more time, just because it's the last time I'm gonna talk about them, except for like the 2 skeins that I have that I'll probably knit a pair of socks out of eventually. So, ooh. No, I want to do it this way. Okay. Anyway, the first color is Woolen Moon in the Buffy colorway. And then we move into Druzy Rising in the Willow Sweater colorway. And then it is Jilted Rose by Wollonvine. Next is My Yarn, Stress Knits Yarn in Rattle. Next is the Life in the Long Grass Rose Hip. And then Hedgehog Fibers and Pistachio. And we finish with Wollonvine yarns again in the Succulents colorway. So again, I'm in love with this. It is huge. And I still don't know how I want to wear this because it's massive. I've just been kind of doing this and like tucking the ends up into it, and, like wrapping it around. So that's just very cozy because it's been cold. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna wear this yet, but I love it. I love it so much. I love how it fades. I love the pattern. Even though I messed up this little nugget, I love how the lace blacked out. I love it. I've never been so happy with a shawl in my entire life. I love how massive this is. So there is my Find Your Fade. I'm just gonna, I don't even know how to roll this up. Just put it on the floor and deal with it later. So that's basically all I've knit on this entire, since I last talked to you, but I forgot that I knit on some socks. My pillow fell down. But in my little bento bag from Fringe Supply Company, it is, I love this guy. I have my Outlander socks, which I cast on my honeymoon. This is basically plain knitting and hotel knitting, because we were watching the Leah Remini, I think that's how you say her name, on Scientology, because we're obsessed. We just get into documentaries and stuff like that. We've watched all of them. It's so good, but we watched that on our honeymoon, so I knit on this then. But I finally finished, a little stuffy. I finally finished the heel flap and gusset. So now I'm just knitting down the foot. So here is my first Outlander sock. This is the first sock that I cast on in 2017. So this will count for my box of socks when it's done. So 2x2 rib, 64 stitches, US 1, carbons. This is Outlander by Wollonvine. I love it. I love it so much. It's on her blitzed base, so it's just gorgeous. I love these socks so much. So yeah, that is what I've been working on. I've put a few rows on my Madewell, but nothing to write home about. I'll show you when I have more of the body done. Yeah, so basically all my finished objects are what I knit on this week, which kind of makes it, I don't know, I feel like I don't have a lot of content, but I have a lot of finished objects. And I'm not casting anything on until March is over, which is so hard. But I want to get a lot of work done on my Madewell. I want to work on all of Doug's socks and get at least one pair done by the end of the month. So yeah. So before I move into a new segment and some acquisitions, I wanted to mention some podcasts that have been keeping me company that I haven't talked about on the podcast before, because all of my usuals are keeping me company, you know, like Kristen Wollonvine, Katie Vincent number 23, Laura of the Fawn Knits, Candace of Pin Feathers and Pearls, The Grocery Girls, Legacy Fiber Arts, Chelsea and Sue, just those are, and Jacqueline of Brooklyn Knit Folk, all of my regulars. But these three ladies have been podcasting for a while, and I haven't watched them, and I don't know why. One of them is relatively new, but she still has quite a few episodes, and I caught up with her. I don't know, it took me so long to watch these ladies, but I don't know, something was keeping me from it, but I finally did, and I love them. So, first is Bethany of the Woolberry podcast, who also has Woolberry Fiber. I think it's Fiber Company. It might just be yarns. I'm not sure, but her yarns are gorgeous. They remind me a lot of the Wool Barn, and I love the Wool Barn, and I love Woolberry, and so I love her. She reminds me a lot of me and my friend Maggie, and it's just really fun to kind of sit down with her and watch her. I'm actually going to watch her new episode after I record this one. I'm waiting for it to upload. So yeah, if you haven't checked out Bethany, check her out. Woolberry podcast. The wind is nuts still. So there is that one. And then next is Stitching the High Notes with Joanna. What? How have I not watched this? I am obsessed with her. She is just the sweetest human being. I love her so much. I watched so many of her episodes this past week. I kind of had a knitcation, if you will. I just had a random 4 days off in a row, which never happens. And I just sat and knit and watched a lot of Joanna and Bethany and the next one. But there's something about Joanna that's just so, I don't know, she's just so genuine, and I love her. So if you haven't, which I don't know why you haven't, but you should definitely watch her, because if you're watching me, you should watch her, because she is just, I love her so much. And then, last but certainly not least, is Tracy from Nora George Yarns and Crafts from the Third Floor, which is new. I love her too. I love these ladies so much. I don't even know what to say about them, but Tracy is just, I don't know, it's like having a really good cup of coffee with a friend that you haven't seen in years and just catching up like nothing has changed. And it's amazing, and I love her yarns, and I love the way that she just speaks about knitting and the projects that she does. She's amazing. So there are the 3 podcasts that have been catching my attention, with all of the other amazing ones that I already watch. And I talk about all the other ones on a really regular basis. So check those ladies out if you haven't, but you should have. Just turn me off, go watch them. They're amazing. So next I'm going to talk about some plans. I think I already did that though. Guys, my mind it's all over the place. I don't know what's happening. I'm getting really distracted with the wind and this adorable unicorn on my desk. My sister and brother-in-law, one of my sisters and brother-in-law, I love this so much. This was a part of my card that they got me for my birthday. It's a unicorn. I haven't named her yet, but I love her. I love her so much, so I keep staring at her. So I have her on my desk. And I also have Sadness from Inside Out on my desk. And it's just making me really happy. So it's just really distracting to me right now. Anyway, I think I might name her Penelope. She looks like a Penelope. It's Penelope. Okay. Anyway, yeah, so this month, besides Doug Socks and my Madewell, I'm going to also focus on my Squishy Shawl by Mina Phillip. I pulled that out and put a few rows on it, but again, it's nothing to write home about. It hasn't changed drastically. But I'm going to do that. And then once April starts, I'm going to cast on some more Harry Potter inspired socks because I love Harry Potter and I have a bunch of Harry Potter yarn now and it makes me really happy. And that will go towards Katie of Inside Number 23's Harry Potter knit along, and I don't know what the next one I'm going to cast on with, but yeah, I'm really excited for knitting this year. I'm feeling overly inspired. I don't know, I think my wedding really took over my brain space and I wasn't able to knit like I wanted to. So I feel like I'm starting to get out of that and really enjoy knitting again, and I'm just really excited about all of my yarns and my projects. I keep pulling out yarns in my stash and thinking about what I'm going to use them for. I'm just really excited about knitting right now, and I haven't felt like that in a really long time. So I'm really excited to get this month over with because I want to get some more stuff off the needle so that I can cast on everything. Yes. So that is actually, let's do acquisitions next. So stash enhancement. These are things that I pre-ordered. They all just kind of came this week. So the first one is a spoiler. I just want to get that one out of the way. If you ordered the Lolo Did It Yarn of the Month Club for March and haven't received it yet, look away. I'm going to show it in 3, 2, 1. So she's doing, I think, like 80s music for this year. I'm pretty sure, because last year I think she did movies. But this is Under Pressure by Queen, and I love it. And then I got the matching mini. It's gorgeous. I ordered this skein on her plush sock, which is the 75% superwash merino, 15% nylon, and 10% tencel. It is 150 grams, 430 yards. I love it. I have a few skeins of Lolo Did It in my stash. I just have not knit with them yet. I'm really itching to cast on something with Lolo Did It yarns because I'm just, look at those. I love this, and I love this contrast mini. I'm looking at my stash because I have Look at the Flowers, Lizzie, the Zombies colorway. I feel like I had one more. And I have Pretty Little Somebodies. So I have a lot of her yarn and I need to start knitting with it. So I don't know, I really wanted to try her plush sock base and I was curious of doing a club. So I just did that. So that came in the mail. The next thing is I nabbed a skein of yarn that I've been wanting since I first saw it. And Nora George Tracy was having pre-orders and I grabbed a skein of Fred and George. I love this colorway so much. I'm actually going to take the label off and show you this because I can't, but look at her label 1. Oh, Tracy, I love your yarns. Okay, so it's that. This. I'm so excited. It's going to create micro stripes. So it has this beautiful golden straw yellow and then this crazy speckle of neon. I think this is the perfect Weasley boy colorway. Fred and George. Fred is my favorite character besides Hermione in Harry Potter. I loved him in the books. And yeah, so I'm just really excited to have this skein of yarn and finally order some Nora George for myself because one of my wonderful friends, Caroline, gifted me a skein when I was kind of down in the dumps and life was just, I don't know, life was just not where I want it to be. and we were talking and we were kind of in the same boat, and then she sent me the skein of Nora George, her old logo. It is in the Honeydukes colorway, and it's on my favorite sock base. It's an 80/20 superwash merino nylon. It's Honeydukes, and it's gorgeous, right? So I'm just in the mood for all of the Harry Potter Nora George yarns. When she has another pre-order update for these, I'm definitely... There's a few other ones that I really, really love. Like Bill and Fleur. I love it. Flo. I don't know. I haven't had French in forever. I don't know why that bothered me, how I said it, but it did. Yeah. But weird thing. I'm starting to really fall in love with 75/25 blends. I was such an 80/20 girl for such a long time, but I really love how smooth and soft 75/25 is. So we will see how that goes. I love it, just yarn smushes. I love it so much. But I got another skein that I pre-ordered a little bit ago. This is a dyer that I love, actually. It's Knox Yarn Company. She sent me this adorable mini in the Cheering Charm colorway. So Knox Yarn Company, love her yarns. I ordered some mini skeins a while back, and I haven't used them yet because they're just so pretty. Actually, I've used one, that's a lie. But I saw this, and this is a color that I've loved for a long time, and it's Harry Potter themed, and I was just obsessed with it. So this is Knox Yarn Company in the Ford Anglia colorway, which is the flying car. And this is on her Mars sock, which is a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, and oh my word. These might be my first Harry Potter cast on. It's gonna be between this and this. I think it might be this. Ugh, I don't know. I love I might cast them both on, actually. I might just do that. I'm obsessed. This is my favorite part right here. It's that and these flecks of magenta in the teal-y blue color. Knox Yarn Company is one of my favorites. I'm so happy to finally have a full skein. Oh, her yarn's just gorgeous. So that is what I acquired this past week and a half. I do have some more pre-order stuff coming. I ordered a skein of Once Upon a Corgi finally, because Gabby is also somebody that I watch, and I recently started watching the Once Upon a Corgi podcast, who I love. And then I signed up. I should be getting my March shipment for the Voile and Vine Yarn Club soon. Then in April, my first Homespun House Harry Potter Club with Secret Miniatures will be shipping. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited for all of this. But the Harry Potter Homespun House, because Molly's yarn is one of my favorites. I knit 2 pairs of socks out of yarn from her, and they're my favorite socks. They're wonderful. So I can't wait to see what she comes up with. And Chelsea from Secret Miniatures is just wonderful. So I'm really excited about that. Yeah, so I just have some more pre-order stuff coming. I'm not ordering any more yarn for the month of March, and probably not April. So next, I have ventured into sewing a little bit. Don't get too excited. I don't have anything to show except for fabric. So I did attempt to make a skirt. I have the pattern right here. I attempted to make this skirt. It did not go well. I watched the Creative Bug tutorial. I don't think I have patience for garment sewing. is really disappointing because I want to make my own skirts and dresses. I made it out of this fabric from Joann's. I threw it away because, yeah, it just did not go well. I do have some days off coming up at the end of the month. I think I'm going to relax and possibly try to sew another skirt because I have another pattern, which is the skirt, and I don't know why the skirt looks easier to me, but it does. Yeah, so I'm gonna try, and this is going to be out of this fabric from Joann's. I really love neutral colors with floral prints on them. So yeah, we will see what happens. But the one thing that I do know that I'm going to do, and I feel like I'm going to be good at, is quilting. So Jacqueline of Brooklyn Knit Folk is having a quilt along. I'm gonna pace myself on this. I'm not going to do it with her necessarily. I'm gonna use her tutorials, but I'm going to take my time because this is something I really, really want to be good at. So I ordered some fabric from fatquarters.com, I think it's called. And because they had Rifle Paper Company fabrics I'm obsessed with, and I also grabbed some other ones. So, first color, which is my favorite, I have a few, I think like 2 yards of this. So I have this. And then I have this, which is also gorgeous. I have this. I think these are all cotton and steel fabrics. This. So this right now is my color palette. I want to add some more grays. I want a gray solid, and a pink solid, a peachy pink solid. So that is my color palette for this quilt, and I'm really, really excited about it. I have a rotary cutter that I purchased, a mat that I purchased. I need to get a clear ruler to do my rotary cutting. I think my square is going to be slightly smaller than Jacqueline's 6-inch squares, but her tutorial already it makes so much sense. So if you are interested in dabbling in quilting or sewing in general, I highly recommend these tutorials. For somebody who has never really sewn before, I've fudged a few things. I'm really excited about it. And then I think I'm also going to use Katie of Inside Number 23's Hollyburn skirt tutorial to make a skirt. So we'll see what happens, because the Creative Bug class that I used, it was a beginner class, but I feel like it skipped a lot of steps that they just assumed you understood. I cannot read a sewing pattern to save my life. I don't understand it. So, yeah, both my mom and mother-in-law sew, kind of. My mom kind of does. I know my mother-in-law does on a pretty regular basis, so I might ask for their help because I really want to sew skirts and dresses for myself for the summer. So there is that. As far as Stress Knits goes, if you're not interested in this or my life in general, thank you so much for hanging out with me while I talk about knitting and sewing, and I will see you hopefully next week. And if you are interested, let's talk about it. So, Stress Knits. I got really frustrated a little bit ago because I couldn't think of anything new. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put out my pre-orders, my Yarn of the Month clubs, my Coming Home Yarn Club. I'm gonna still do all of that, but I'm not going to put pressure on myself to have a shop update until April. This will give me time to, one, diet my pre-orders and everything else that I need to do, but to just play around. There are going to be a lot of one-of-a-kinds. I want to try some new techniques, which I've already started doing, which I love, and I just want to kind of have a fresh mind about this. So there's not going to be a regular shop update. If you want yarn, the signups for the April Yarn of the Month Club will go up at the end of March, and that just kind of is what it is. It's the 40-hour work weeks with this on top of it, and so I don't feel very creatively able at the moment. But yeah, so Stress Dance isn't going anywhere. I'm just gonna take a short few-week break to just kind of enjoy dyeing. So there is that. The last thing I want to talk about is something that I started doing, and it is Daily Burn. You've probably seen the commercials on like Hulu and stuff like that. It is a website that has a bunch of different workouts at different levels, and it gives you a workout plan. I'm not somebody that likes going to the gym. I feel very self-conscious. I feel very judged at gyms, which is stupid because everybody is there to get better, and I don't know, I know nobody cares about me, but I just feel very uncomfortable at gyms. So it is snowing outside. Anyway, my plan is to do Daily Burn with the workout plan that they gave me, which is 2 days on, 1 day off. And on the day off, I have been doing arm strengthening this. Yeah, so I'm not in shape, I'm not healthy. I don't know. I need to take care of my body more, and I want to feel better about my body, I want to feel more comfortable, I want to fit into clothes that I love that I can't fit into anymore, and it's hard because my entire life I was able to eat whatever I wanted and not gain a pound and even lose weight just because I was super active and all of that. But over the last 2-3 years, it's been really hard for me to lose weight, so I'm going to go hard at this Daily Burn thing. Jacqueline of Brooklyn Knit Folk has an Instagram that is incredibly inspiring and has me feeling inspired to do something about how I feel. So thank you, Jacqueline. I love you. You're my favorite. So yeah, I'm going to do that, and then starting in April, I'm going to do what Jacqueline did. I'm not going to go to classes because just a little outside of my means at the moment. We have a small gym here at my apartment, so it's literally like right down there. So I'm going to cycle every day of the week for the entire month of April, at least for a half an hour to an hour is what I'm gonna do. But because my work schedule is not steady, because I have days where I work at 7 a.m. and days that I work at 6 p.m. It's not always the most convenient, so I'm gonna give myself between a half hour and an hour every weekday for the entire month of April. I'm going to be sitting on my butt on a bike, working my butt off, on top of doing Daily Burn. And I'm not doing like a crazy workout or anything from Daily Burn. I'm doing one of the dance ones because that is way more fun to me than any other kind of working out. So that is my plan. I'm also planning on eating healthier. I have an addiction to cheese and carbs. But yeah, this is just me being really transparent about myself and something I need to work on, and kind of an accountability thing. it's going to be really hard and it's going to be taxing, but I'm really excited because I want to look like I used to when I started college. It's not a pound goal. It is a how I feel about my body kind of thing. So as a reward, I've created a wish list on MudCloth, and I'm going to buy it when I hit what I feel looks well. Because there's certain things that I used to be able to wear because my tummy and my hips weren't as wide as they are now. So I just kind of want to tone myself to be a better version of myself. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, it's really weird to talk about, but I'm really excited. I've been wanting to do this for like a year, but I just haven't had the willpower to do it. But I think I'm finally there. I just want to be healthy and feel better about myself because I don't like feeling like a potato. It's not my favorite. So I'm gonna do that, and I will keep you updated every week how it's going. Maybe some recipes that I've tried. I found this falafel recipe I really want to try because I love falafel. Yeah, so with that, I am going to upload this and watch some podcasts and knit before I have to go to work really late tonight. So thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I will see you next time. Bye.